How would villains look as princesses? It's high time we gave the villains their own princess stories. Thanks for voting on my community polls and telling me which of these dastardly villains you want to see as pretty princesses. Before we give them a glam makeover, I have a very special gift announcement. Hey everyone, this is Mayu. I'm glad to see you here. For the first time ever in the past 13 years on YouTube, my friends and I are doing a very special thank you gift for all of you who have pre-ordered Lost and Found. I designed an original art piece of Mei and Meiyao, the two main characters, in a magical setting. The art prints will be made by a printing company, and a physical art print will be mailed to you. And now you can own one of my never-before-seen art as a print to hang on your wall. I totally want one for my room as well. It is so pretty and cute. Pre-order Lost and Found by Mayu today and submit your proof of purchase or receipt to this pre-order form in the link below. On this form, you can see a preview of the beautiful art you can get while supplies last. If you've already pre-ordered Lost and Found before this announcement, you can also send in your receipt on this form. Pre-order Lost and Found from Barnes & Noble bookstores and your favorite local bookstores and retailers, online or in-store. Just search Lost and Found Mayu to find my books. This is the first time we will mail my actual art print to anyone who pre-orders Lost and Found. This includes hardcovers, paperbacks, and ebooks pre-ordered before April 1st. I'm very grateful that a group of my friends are helping me run this very special gift event. Without their help, I won't be able to do this. This gift is on a first-come, first-served basis while supplies last. Terms and conditions apply. Click the link in the video description. Alright, now it's time to princessify all of these dastardly villains. The first victim is someone you've been asking for quite a while now, so let's see how Captain Hook from Peter Pan will look as a beautiful princess. This is a compilation video with fan-favorite villains as princesses from some of my past videos, as well as some new reimagined designs I've made just for today, like this one, so you'll be the first to see them. Let me know your fan theories and backstories in the comments. So when I was first designing the concept sketch for my Princess Captain Hook, I wanted to give her more of a sophisticated air to her. She's not super young, she's more like a more mature princess. She has more of an older look, but still very beautiful. And I wanted to have that, like a certain poise and character to her. It's kind of fun to think of her as like this kind of pirate princess, like this princess who lives her entire life on this great big ship. Maybe the ship is like her kingdom and she rules over it, but she sails from like, place to place all over the world, and she has, these great adventures with her crewmates and friends. So I thought that's a kind of an interesting take on a princess design. I don't think I've ever done a pirate princess before, so I think this one is pretty special. I can't wait to see her entire look when she's finished with all the brilliant colors. I can just see it in my head, like her dress is gonna be gorgeous. If you've been following my channel for a while, you probably remember the time I reimagined different Disney male characters as pretty princesses, including Peter Pan. And, just right now, I just had this thought. Peter Pan princess and Captain Hook princess in a movie together. Like, what would that look like? That would be so cool. Like, what would they be doing? Are they going to be enemies? Are they going to be BFFs? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Alright, I think I am hooked on this design. What about you? Okay, now I'm gonna turn one of my most favorite animated villains into a beautiful, pretty princess. So I knew right away that her features had to be a little bit more sharper, more jagged looking, and I was all for it because I really love designing women and, like princesses with all kinds of like various facial features. I knew I'm gonna have some fun with her eyebrows, the shape of her eyes, and of course the scar in there. And as well, I was thinking about how was I going to like draw her hairstyle, because Scar has this, really nice looking thick black mane, and I was thinking about what if I created something that's, kind of like wild, but also, it's very stylish in a way that could suit my princess design. So I was playing around with her hair as well, and I think she's gonna look awesome. In case you're a fan of The Lion King and missed it, I reimagined the Lion King movie poster in the Tim Burton style before. I hope you enjoyed my take. For her dress, I was thinking about a design that would still kind of look or resemble a traditional like princess dress, but obviously I'm going to change a lot of the things, like for example the sleeves. I'm not going to have puffy sleeves. Instead I have this opening that goes across her front and around her shoulders. I thought that was very elegant and minimalistic kind of design. I gave her these long gloves. And as for the color scheme of her dress, I was thinking I wanted colors that would be bold, that would remind me of Scar, and the contrast of the colors would be striking, so this princess could look like she has a lot of power and control. As for the trim of the dress underneath, I went for a furry design just to kind of remind me of the original character. Thank you all for pre-ordering my first graphic novel memoir, Lost and Found, based on a true story. It was a #1 new release on Amazon. The hardcover and ebook were also on top spots in the ranking. Oh yeah, also rate each villain on how princess-like they look to you in this video. So 0 is like still vile and very much evil, and 10 is like they fit right in with all the other fairy tale princesses. I am so in love with Princess Scar. I think she turned out exactly what I had in mind, but as I was signing this piece, I felt that there could be a little bit something more to this design, so I was thinking about what it was, and then I realized maybe I needed more contrast, so I went back into the gloves. I added the black in there because of the contrast. It was really striking, and so it added more to like that powerful look of her. I think Simba should watch out. Okay, many of you have been voting for none other than Bowser to be turned into a princess. I am really excited to turn this gruff-looking, muscular guy into a beautiful, pretty princess. One of the major challenges I faced when I was designing my princess from this character, it was because, Bowser has all these very sharp, strong-looking, like horns or spikes. Even his face, his eyebrows, the hair, they're all very important to the Bowser design, but how am I going to make those elements look like they can belong on a beautiful, elegant princess? So that was the thing I had to kind of like balance in my head. I was trying different things, different concept sketches. I wanted to incorporate, as many of those Bowser-esque, elements into my design without making them look like they're just tacked on or they're too forced on my princess design. They had to look like they belong on her in a way that was, that could work for her design. She may not be like a traditional looking princess, but she's still a beautiful princess. So that was the direction I was going for. I also like this body type for her. I think it's beautiful, unique, and different, and especially her pose where she has like her hand kind of like, holding part of her dress out in front, and then I got to have a lot of opportunity to draw these beautiful lines in the dress. I just really love drawing these long flowing lines, and I'm glad you told me many times before that you find my inking process really relaxing for you. I wanted to create a fancier edge for the bottom of the dress, so I have this trim going around, and then I'm drawing these like beautiful little studded diamonds all along the bottom edge, and I just can't wait until I add color to this. I think the color scheme I have in mind is going to be quite striking. I love how her hair shape reminds me of Bowser's horns. As for the color design of her dress, I was thinking if I should go with a darker color on top or should I leave the darker color on the bottom. After thinking about it for a bit, I thought to give the top part a darker color, so that's why I'm going in with the different shades of greens right now. And then the bottom part, the big gown part, ideally would be lighter, and then I can get something like really dark going on the very bottom for contrast. But I really like the idea of when I took the ringed spike around his neck and I turned that into like an elegant looking like necklace around her. And then as for the armbands around his shoulders with the spikes on them, I turned them into these soft looking like sleeves or straps of her dress, and then they have these little tiny like crystal or diamond studs on them to kind of look like the big spikes, but obviously they're not sharp. They're more elegant, they're jewels, so it kind of fits better in my princess design. Oh, I love the black against the yellow. The contrast is so striking. I also love how the diamond studs in the bottom part of the dress reminds me of her straps. I think this has a really nice cohesive look to it. Now I'm wondering what kind of name should she have? Does Bowser still work, or could it be something else? Okay, one of my personal favorite villains. He's Aoup from Samurai Jack, and I wonder how he's gonna look as a beautiful, graceful princess. But I think that face is gonna be challenging. I was thinking about how am I going to incorporate Aoup's very distinctive head shape and like the silhouette. How am I going to evoke that sense with like a beautiful princess with a beautiful woman's head? Obviously, I'm not going to have her head shaped like that, but can I do something with her hair to stylize her hair somehow so it kind of reminds me of the original character's head shape? Many of you have told me in the past how you love my different dress designs in my various Princess Reimagined videos, and how I sometimes like to take elements of the original character or like parts of their personality even, and put them into the dress design. I'm really glad you enjoy my different outfit designs and character designs, and for the dresses in this particular princess compilation video, I wanted to make all the different princess dresses distinctly different from each other. So here I'm making something that's quite, let's say quite unique for Aoup. And I think when this is all done, especially when I add the dramatic black and other colors to this piece, she's gonna really stand out. Also, thank you for all of your lovely comments and likes in my previous long video. I'm really glad you enjoyed that compilation. I always have so much fun sharing my art with you all, and thank you all for being on this incredible art journey with me. Alright, so we have 4 villains that have been turned into princesses, and we got 6 more to go. Let's see if your favorite villain is in there. I always love sharing my exciting news with you, my amazing fans, because you are on this incredible art journey with me since I started YouTube almost 13 years ago. And actually, some of you recently told me you've been following me for 10 years. Thank you for letting me know. Just a couple weeks ago, my first graphic novel memoir, Lost and Found, received some excellent reviews from some of the publishing industry's most prestigious book reviewers, like Publishers Weekly and Kirkus. I'm glad the book reviewers loved my first graphic novel memoir, and I hope all of you will love this book as much as I've loved creating this over the past few years. You can read them on the links below or on my website at mayuart.com. Let's see how I'm gonna turn Bill into a beautiful princess. And I know more of you have been asking for more Gravity Falls content, so I hope you enjoy this. One of the things that I was thinking about when I was, starting this design was, how am I going to turn a floating triangle into a pretty lady? Yeah. That was a challenging one. So I was thinking, obviously, the triangular, design element, it's really important to incorporate that, but obviously I don't want to make her face or anything like a triangle. I want her to look like an actual, normal looking, human being, character, but with triangular elements in there somehow. And then as for the eye, I had to think about a way to make the face of my pretty princess resemble that of Bill Cipher in a way so that, she can stand out as her own design, but she's also very familiar and very connected to the original character. I was experimenting with different dress designs and I came up with this tiered look where it's like these triangular pieces or layers are layered on top to form her dress, and I really like that because each piece reminds me of the actual, triangle of Bill Cipher, but when they come together it looks like this interesting unique looking dress design, so I really like that. It's a little it's not so obvious. I didn't just try to draw her in this one big triangular dress. I kind of layered things on top and made it more detailed, made it suit my semi-realistic style more. And I just love how the dress kind of flows with her. It looks more, it's not so rigid, it's not solid looking. It looks more like fabric, so it has this naturalistic feel to it. When I was designing her, I was thinking about the time when I turned Bill Cipher into a human male in my previous video from before. And I was thinking about the ways that I turned him versus what I'm doing now. So I'm glad that the creative angles I'm going with are a little bit different. I loved adding the black to the yellow. I think the color combination is so striking. Okay, what do you think of her character? What would she be doing? Or what could she do in her storyline? If she were a pretty princess, would she be, would she be a good guy? Or would she still be evil? Let me know if you have any fan theories or silly ideas or backstories in the comments. I love to read them. Okay, this face is giving me the creeps. So how am I gonna make this disgruntled old guy without a nose look like a pretty princess? Well, obviously, I'm not gonna give my princess design a nose, because that's kinda changing the original character a little too much, and I don't want her to have hair as well. I think princesses can look just as beautiful without hair, but I wonder what are the other princessy elements I can add to this design? I think it'll be fun to give my Princess Voldemort a sidekick, and what other better sidekick than a genie? So here you go, a friendly Nagini with a princess who is definitely not at all cursing anyone right now with her wand. I thought to give her this big billowy dress. It's as if she's kind of waltzing by herself with her sidekick wrapped around her, and she's maybe Let's say maybe she's singing her princess song right now, and she's dancing and gliding, and she has all these spells coming out of her wand. I think that would be kind of cool to watch. Now she needs a nice princessy name. Alright, here is another never-before-seen villain that I'm gonna be turning into a princess. I'm going to be thinking of ways on redesigning Yellow Diamond, and now she's a princess. Why not? It's kind of fun to think about Cartoon Network characters as Disney princesses for some reason. I remember a while ago drawing different like cartoon boy characters as pretty princesses, and one of them was Steven Universe. I remember her design was so beautiful and elegant, and so it's really nice to start like a collection of these kind of Steven Universe inspired princess designs. One of the things I wanted to be mindful of for my princess design for this one was the color balance, and how I wanted to like have certain areas lighter and certain areas darker, although they're all kind of within the realm of like yellows or yellow adjacent colors. I didn't want everything to look like the same like yellow basically, and I wanted some contrast to make certain areas of my character design pop. I really want to wear that dress. Oh boy, now for a scary clown to be turned into a princess. Okay, so this is gonna be an interesting challenge because, you know, Pennywise, just that face is just really scary to me, with the glaring eyes and the unsettling smile and everything, and obviously the makeup. So I was thinking, how am I supposed to make my princess very, you know, friendly looking? I want her to look nice and like approachable, and she's totally not going to terrorize you. So I wanted to really, you know, change up the facial structure. But meanwhile, I needed to keep certain elements very similar, or translate them in an interesting way so that it still reminds me of the original character, but it's just princessified. So basically the hair, I needed to stylize the hair. I wanted to give her, you know, a bright smile, this beautiful dress. I do like the fact that Pennywise's outfit kind of lends itself towards a puffy princessy dress already, kind of. So that was an interesting like jumping off point. Okay, I'm just curious how you feel about this. Her face looks pretty friendly, like how I designed it, but with the scary music in the background right now, like, does this make her seem even more creepy? Scary or not, I think she looks beautiful. Okay, another one of my favorite Disney villains of all time, and some of you have been asking for this as well. I'm gonna turn Ursula into a beautiful princess, so what if like the focus of the mermaid story was, somehow on her instead of Ariel, and so she is the princess, how would Ursula look? Like, what will happen to her outfit, to her body, her hairstyle? So let's see how I see Ursula as a princess. I decided to give Ursula bigger, kinder looking eyes by making the pupils larger, and I used softer lines for her design. I think these lines make her look more friendly. I love her little shell necklace. I really enjoy drawing Ursula in this beautiful, twirling ballroom gown. It's like she's having a really good time and enjoying herself. Actually, purple's one of my favorite colors, and I know I'm going to add a lot of purples to this piece. I'm going to do something a little bit different to her dress because I don't want everything to be like the same black, solid color. I want some more movement, more shininess to the fabric so that it'll stand out. I love the brilliant transitions of the dark colors into the lights in her dress. It's just so gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to create an ice princess. So it's been a while since I've done anything related to Adventure Time on my channel. I think it's great to get back into this fandom, and let's see how the Ice King is going to look as a pretty princess. So of course I wanted to keep her pointy nose, and for her eye design I wanted to keep them kind of simple and more minimalistic. If you're on Facebook, follow me here to get my new posts. Links in the video description. Of course, I wanted to give her a penguin sidekick because I just think they are so adorable, and I think this is a nice touch. So similar to my yellow diamond princess design, because I have just this one group of colors to work with, this time blue, I wanted to have some various lights contrasted with some darks, so I have a good variety of blues in this piece. Alright, now I'm wondering, since she has ice powers and we know another very famous Disney queen also has ice powers, what if these two had an ice-off? Who would win? And who is going to be frozen? Let me know in the comments. Which of these 10 villains is your favorite? Pick your top 3, list them in the comments, and as always, if you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe so you won't miss my future videos. I've got lots of other fun art challenges. Thanks for watching everyone, and go pre-order Lost and Found now! If you love my art and videos, you'll love these books. I've made over 100 coloring and how to draw books, including #1 bestsellers on Amazon. Join tens of thousands of fans who are collecting my different coloring and how to draw books. If you want to learn how to draw from me, I've created all these books for you using my 30 years of drawing experience and 20 years of art teaching experience. I hope my books can help you expand your creativity and drawing skills. No matter if you're an aspiring artist, colorist, or someone who loves creativity and art, my popular coloring book series can give you hours of relaxing, creative fun. The link to my Mayu bookstore on Amazon is in the video description. Happy creating!